going to start a new project, file, new project, and on the projects I'm going to say series circuit. Okay, so so we're going to say that. Okay, so my settings were completely wiped out because I had to wipe out my whole computer, and so I don't have any project saved. So now I already installed, this is KiCad 9.04. okay, and I installed the default libraries. So we are going to, so multisim and all the third-party libraries, they're gone. I don't have nothing, so we start from scratch. So at this point, what I'm doing, I'm gonna pick up we're gonna pick up 3 resistors, and we're gonna do the math, and we are going to install in a PCB board, and then we're gonna create another project. We're gonna lay it out, and let's say that's all we need. So just give it 1 second, it's loading. It's the first time that I'm starting out the program. So before my recorder, which is the OHMS 32.01, didn't work, so I had to do Windows updates and all that stuff, and now it seems to be working. But yeah, it's this is as zero as you can get. So that's all I'm saying. So this is as zero as you can get. So we are gonna, as you can see, it's taking long. Maybe if I have a faster computer, it'll be faster. I don't know. So bear with me there, and as soon as that's done, we can start. Okay, I'm not gonna cut anything. I'm gonna leave it as is because this is exactly what's happening. Okay, so now we're gonna go to, we can do in the filter, we can do resistor, so then you have RUS, it looks like that, like wiggly lines. Then you have just, that's like the European version, and then they have R small US, which is that one. So this is a little bit bigger if you look at this one. We're gonna do that one, R small US. Okay, so we're gonna pick so we're gonna set this one first. And then we're gonna so we're gonna say 10K. We're gonna make it easy, 10K, and we're gonna pick the footprint that we're gonna pick. Let's do through hole, and then we can change to surface mount. Okay, so you have it there. So that's the different sizes. So I'm gonna pick I'm gonna pick that one. Then I'm gonna say okay. And so I'm gonna pick, okay, so I'm gonna say okay. And then I'm gonna right click and say copy, paste. So we're gonna do a series circuit. So I'm gonna hit M for move. And then I'm gonna do copy and paste. And then what we're gonna do, we're gonna put a ground. So that's under power. So we're gonna pick our digital ground, our ground, let's pick our ground. And then we're gonna pick a voltage source. I'm gonna pick, let's say from a car, a 12 volt. Okay, so now once we have these components, we're gonna wire. So you can either hit on the keyboard W, or you can hit the symbol for wiring. And now we're gonna click there. I'm zooming in so you can see it. And then we're gonna give some net names, and then from here to there. Okay, so now here we're gonna call BR3, and we're gonna measure it right at this point. Okay, and then BR2, I'm gonna measure here, and then we can say BR1. Okay, just so it has a, actually that doesn't matter because you already have 12, so that's gonna say 12, and this GN, that's gonna be ground here. So now that's we're gonna save it, and I believe now in here you can make notes, so you can text. So our total resistance is going to be equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. Okay, so that's one note. And then we're going to do R1, R2, R2. Okay, so our total is going to be equal to 10K plus 10K plus 10K, so that which is equal to our total equals you add, so it's 30K. Okay, so now according to Ohm's law, voltage is equal to current times resistance. Alright, so let's put times resistance. So now if you solve for R, for I, for current, I will be equals to voltage divided by resistance. Okay, so now what will be our current will be equal to 12 volts divided by 30,000. Okay, so 30,000. So you can do I equals, so you can do half is 6, no 4. So you can, there 12 is divisible by 4, so you can do 3. No, 4, so 30 by 12, 3, okay, sorry, 4 divided by by 3, so 10. 10, 3, 10, 10, 4, 4, 10,000, 10,000, yeah. So that's equal to 4. So if you divide it, would be I equal, take half, it will be 2, half. Okay, so we can do 0.4 milliamps, right? Alright, so that checks out. If you are faster than I am, then you can do it. We're 30, so 4.4 milliamps. Okay, so it checks out. So that's our math right there. So so that's our total current. So that current is gonna come to here, there, and there. So if you want to find the voltage drop here, would be, so voltage BR2 equal the current 0.4 milliamps times the resistance R1, which is 10K. So it's actually So this is 10 to the power -3. So I'm going to put milliamps. And 10 10 10K. Okay, so VR2 equals 4 volts. 4. Okay, so the voltage drop is 4 volts. So VR1, I'm sorry, VR1. So because they're equal, so it's going to be 4 volts here, 4 volts here, 4 volts here. So the voltage at VR2, you'll have to subtract. Okay, so 12 minus, so it's 4 here, 4 here, 4 here. So from here to here is 4 volts. So VR3 equals 4 volts. And then, right, and then VR2 equals 4 plus 4, 8. So 8 volts from ground. And then right here it's 12 because you measure from ground. Okay, so we did the math. Okay, that checks out. Now we're gonna go tools, update PCB from schematic to layout. So we're gonna say that. Okay, have the select the replace footprint with those specified by symbol, delete footprints with no symbols, update footprint fields from symbols. So I'm going to do update and close. Okay, so alright, so now if you go view, 3D view is not going to work. You'll see it's going to show, but you see here it says board outline is missing. OMR form, run the DCR for a full analysis. Okay, so now that we're here, we're going to go to, alright, so you see nets, objects, and layers. So over here, let's put some color. So let's put yellow here, and let's put different color there, the net. Let's put like red, and put like blue. Okay, so now let's go to the layers. So we're gonna pick edge cuts to do the round, and then we're gonna pick rectangle. So here, mouse. Okay, then if you want to make bigger, you can extend it from there. Okay, now I'm going to select one, move, you could see the color, but it's different color there. Alright, so okay, so let's make it oh no, I want that to be even, so I do 20 mils. This is red, that's too close, so that's 1, 2, that's about 40 mils. Then move somewhere, 1, 2, 3, move. Alright, move like that. Alright, so now, okay, so now that we're here, okay, I can connect the wire here and here, but that's not gonna help, right? So we need some kind of connector here. One for a wire, right? So I'll put a hole here and a hole here, then I can wire a wire from the battery to here, then you can measure, right? Or a voltage source. So I'm thinking let's look under mechanical. So let's look under mechanical. Mechanical, where is the mechanical? Mounting, oh, mounting equipment? Where is this? Mounting hole. But I want, okay, let me make this a little bit big so we can read. Okay, I saw starting slow. Whoa, or it crashed. What happened? Alright. I want to, this says one update, not remind me later. So let's see, our PCB. Whoa. Oh wow. Okay, what about our schematic? That was it. Alright, so let's see, tools, update, flow. Alright, let's save it now. And I pick color. Something like yellow there. I just showing this feature of having nets color. It helps you to debug Okay, and now we go to layers. Let's say we go to edge cuts, okay, square. Maybe this measurement we want to do in inches. Let's say I do 2 by 2 or 1.5. So one here, and then 0.5. Okay, and now we're gonna graph same thing. Move. So before it crash, move. I don't know. Let me see my grid. Okay. What's the grid now? Grid. Oh, I wanna. I don't have any default settings right now. So okay, just to show you that, then we can put the wires. Okay, so we can put wires from here to here. So we're gonna put a string relief for the wire. This is not the final. Okay, let's save that. And so we're gonna put a wire here and a wire here. So now let's go to schematic, and what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna do a mounting hole, and oh, sorry, next one. So I'm gonna do a mounting hole. Oh, it's loading, it's loading. For some reason it seems to be slow, this very slow, very slow. It used to be faster. Okay, let it load. Okay, I don't want to make this tutorial too long. Let me cancel that out. And we're gonna leave it the relief later in another tutorial. We'll follow up. So let's do a couple tutorials. Plus I have to set my settings here, my boards. You're gonna see there's nothing right now. I used to have my design rules and everything. Right now is the default. So the minimum clearance, I'm gonna check. I'm gonna say 6, 6, and then from here 6. I'm gonna create a template at some point. Minimum item clearance, I'm gonna say minimum 6. Oh, 6 we could be, let's put 10. Okay, that's the bare minimum. And then, so we're gonna say okay. Let me see anything else. Minimum tech thickness. I don't want this. I want it to be 6. 6, that's the minimum. Okay, and then text high. The minimum I want it to be 25. Okay, so now we're gonna wire this up. So we're gonna route from, now as you can see here, if you look at my nets, I don't have any predefined vias. So I'm gonna set that up too. So let's see, predefined sizes. I'm gonna track, I'm gonna do 6, I'm gonna do 10, I'm gonna do 12, I'm gonna do 15, I'm gonna do 20, I'm gonna do 25, and 30. Okay, now I'm gonna delete that one. Here the vias I'm gonna say 20, and the whole 10, and then 40, and then I'll say 20, and I'm gonna say also 24, 12. Okay, I can add later more. Okay, so now I should have a list here to pick it up. So I'm gonna connect this with a 20 mil. Okay, so now I'm gonna go from here to here, and you see the net, it says BR2, and then the net, and also the color I said that we picked. And that will be it, right? So you put the resistor here. Now we don't have nothing to connect the wire here. Okay, so now for now let's do it like that, and then we're gonna continue. We're gonna put one hole to run the wire through here, and then so it's gonna come here, up, underneath, and then another hole here, and then the final connection here. So that gives you a strain relief so that there's not only one hole. So I'll show you that later. Okay. Maybe I can just draw it for now. Let's draw a circle. So this is what I'm gonna do. So this is gonna be where my wire is gonna be welded, and then next thing here and here we're gonna have, so the wire is gonna come through here, here, and then here is the final welding. So I just think it like the wire coming from the top. Okay, and so then it would be solder at this point, so 12 volts there, and we'll do the same thing over here. The other way is to get a connector, but I don't want to spend money on the connector. Let's see, HCADs. Oh, I don't want to do that. Okay, so we're gonna put silk screen. I lost my logo, everything. I don't have nothing. Okay, so we're gonna say we're gonna put the front. F is for front, B is for back. So front silk screen text, and we're gonna say share clip 2025. Okay. Or if you don't like that, you can get another font time Nirvana. Okay. I lost my fonts. I don't got nothing, so we starting from 000 as it can be. So let's look at how it's looking. 3D viewer. Okay, so that's a thread resistor. And like I said, we're gonna put holes here so the wire can hook up over here. So it's gonna come through here, up, then down, and then up, and then we solder here to this point. But I'll show you that next time. Okay. So give it a like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.